Hey, what's going on, gang? Just wanted to kind of talk about some things. Hey, I'm in Terre Haute, Indiana right now on my way to Prime. Um, start orientation on Monday, as you know, or if you didn't, now you do. Couple things that have been brought up or talked about um, going through the hiring process. That I don't see talked about a lot on some of the other Prime video channels. Um, First thing to think about is when you're applying, if you aren't starting orientation within that month, you will have to resubmit your application before you go. So if it's over 30 days, since you originally applied and went through the process, you will have to resubmit an application because before leaving, they will have to run your DMV check one more time to be sure you didn't get any dings or dents on your record in between that 30 days. Two, through the interview process, my recruiter, Dustin Hensley, has been outstanding, by the way. Highly recommend him, Dustin Hensley. Feel free to give him a call. Couple things that were also talked about in some other chats on some other Prime channels was like the process of getting your DOT physical, drug screen, CDL permit. Dustin did a great job walking me through, and the way that worked was I let him lead the charge. I basically said to him, listen, you just set up the hoops and I'll jump through them. So he set up my DOT physical. I asked him, should I go get my temporary now? He says, well, hold on. So he sends me to go get first of all, he runs my MVR. He says, okay, all good. Secondly, he runs my background check. Okay, all good. Thirdly, here, we're going to set you up to go get your DOT physical. He asked me, where do I want it to be? What's my zip code? And he runs through a couple of options that are closer or not to either my home or work or what might fit, my schedule at the time. So he sets up my DOT physical. No problem. I don't have to pay for it. I got an email and a link through Driver Pulse that had that all set up, and I had until the end of the month to get it done. Well, I went and hammered that right away, right? And then he says, okay, fantastic. Now we'll set you up for your drug screen. So once again, we review zip code and location possibilities. I said, okay, perfect. That one works. Let's go there. Outstanding. Then I went and got my permit. Now, I could have gotten my permit in between, I could have gotten my drug screen before I could have gotten my permit before I went to go get my drug screen. But the important thing to talk about here is getting your DOT physical before you go get your permit. Okay, and the reason that is because you will want to hand over your DOT physical card that they will issue you right there at the medical facility when you pass your DOT physical. You will want that in hand when you go and go get your permit, right? So that she can attach that to your permit. So that she now will say, this permit, he also has his DOT physical completed. Check. So Dustin handled all of that stuff. Okay. He just, we did that through a series of conversations. And I think it's important just to note that getting your DOT physical before you go get your permit, I just think that makes a whole lot of sense. So that you have it in hand when you go and you hand it in to the lady at the DMV and get your permit. Let's see. Rental car. The rental car topic. This is new for Prime. I had an option to catch a bus, drive my own vehicle, or they would get me a rental car. Well, I didn't want to drive my own vehicle because I plan on hitting the road hard, and I really don't want a whole lot of lag time, and I really didn't want my car sitting around for 4 or 5 months, and so I left that in Ohio at my family's house at the farm, and he set up a rental car. Now, it's important to note that I was getting the rental car on a Saturday. Friday night, Dustin and I had a conversation. This is when he told me, oh, by the way, it's been over 30 days. I need you to resubmit your application. I just sent you an email, he said. So I had to go on there and resubmit through 10th Street my application. And I had to go through the whole process again. Like background, history, yada, 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 the whole thing. So be sure you know what be sure you have all your ducks in a row and ready to go. It kind of surprised me that I had to do that, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. But also, he also reminded me, and not that it should be a talking point, okay, because if you're thinking about coming to Prime, or any trucking company, being a good, safe driver should be your number one priority. Well, if you by chance decide to drive or get the rental car or drive yourself, and you catch a speeding ticket or some kind of charge along the way, okay, you will suffer the consequences because you will be sent home. He informed me that a couple other recruiters had that happen to them and their student. So be advised, if you're going to drive or if you're going to get the rental car, just mind your P's and Q's out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is very important, very important. This is the last leg to the beginning of your journey, and you don't want that to be a problem. I think other than that, I think that's all I really got now. I'm about ready to head over here to Wendy's and get me a booger, slap me down some ammonia-based meats, and gorge on some of that. Make my last leg here to Springfield, Missouri. It's Saturday, 2:44 p.m. I want to say it's the 10th, the 8th. But anyway, awesome journey so far. The recruiting process has been professional. Everything's been great. Looking forward to this trip. Looking forward to this journey. It's a life-changing journey. And I have done a great many things. I've worked in all kinds of environments. And I've worked for some amazing people. I was a chauffeur for 20 years. I've done a lot of things. I've traveled the country several times over, so I know what I'm talking about regarding what's out there. And this is not for everybody. No, But this is something that I've wanted to do for over 10, 15 years now, and just haven't pulled the trigger for whatever reason. So here it is upon me now, and I'm excited, and just want to kind of bring you all along for the ride. I do want to thank several people out there, several YouTubers. I think Junior Hernandez, he's kind of the godfather of the videos for Prime, in my opinion. He was one of the first guys that I saw many years ago, several years back, when I started looking at wanting to go trucking. I loved Busy Blake's videos as well. There's been a lot that have come on since. You know, you had Crazy Bags for a while. He kind of introduced me a little bit to some things, had some good content. You've got Million Mile Man now. You've got JJ, the trucker. Awesome dude. Man, he seems like a really cool cat. Johnson's Logistics. He is like so chill. That dude just so chill that he's kind of dude I would probably get along with. I'm probably a lot more high strung than he is, that's for sure. But I really like Johnson Logistics. Do It All Logistics, you know. There's a lot of them out there, you know. Driver Lineup. How can you not say mention the driver lineup? But Kelsey, she's awesome. There's a lot of them now. But I think Junior Hernandez, for me, was like the godfather of all these videos. Anywho, y'all be good. Gonna slam me a burger. I'm out.